Hey guys, today I'm going to do some embroidery on a t-shirt. I'm going to bring you guys with me and show you guys my new favorite hoop. Stay tuned. Alright, so I'm doing these samples for a friend of mine, and I wanted to kind of introduce a hoop that I haven't used too much, or actually at all really, since I've purchased the EMT16X. This hoop was actually bought by the previous owner, and I've kind of just had it hanging there for the longest time, and I haven't had a real reason to use it yet. But now that I'm using it, I think this might be one of my newest favorites, other than the 5.5 by 5.5. That's obviously going to be my default favorite for a lot of things. So this is going to be a second runner-up, and let me explain why. So for this design, we are basically doing some text across the chest, and this is about 9-10 inches wide, but obviously it's only going to be this tall. So to do any front chest or back designs, I would traditionally have to use this hoop or my 8x9. Those are the only ones that I previously had that were wide enough to fit something that large. And because of that, in order to use this, I keep on hand 15-inch by 15-inch stabilizer, mainly because this covers up the hoop perfectly and I can fold it in and it's good to go. However, if I'm only doing this much embroidery and the text is only this big or the design is only this big, I'm clearly wasting a ton of material here. So I got to thinking, and I remembered I had this other hoop sitting out. So instead of using this massive 11 by 13, although this is great for doing large designs, for something as simple as this, I can simply grab this hoop, which is a 4 1/4 by 13, I think 13 even. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 13. So that's 4 1/4 tall by 13 inches wide. So basically the same exact width, but it's so much shorter. And what I can do with this is when I grab my stabilizer, although I still only have 15 by 15, I can then fold it over, essentially using half as much material. So I'm going to get you guys propped up, and I'm going to get this one set up. I do have one more shirt left, and I'm going to bring you guys along while I get that ready. Because I have this set up for the 11 by 13, I am going to have to adjust it. And because we are doing an upper chest design, I'm just going to move the bottom one up rather than adjust the top one down, if that makes sense. So first I want to remove that, and to kind of figure out which holes I need, I'm just going to simply place this in here, and that will give me an idea of where I need to put the bottom one in, and that's going to hold the hoop perfectly. So next thing I'm going to need is going to be the stabilizer. For this project, I am using some cutaway stabilizer just to give it some durability over time as you wash this shirt. I am going to use 2 pieces, but again, because I'm only using one, I can just fold this over. This is a 15 by 15, and so this works out perfect where I can just set that in here like so, and then get those magnetic clamps on, and that's held in place. And for the shirt, we are going to be using this one that I have left. This is an LA Apparel. It's a 6.5 ounce t-shirt. So it is a heavyweight t-shirt. So that's why the double cutaway stabilizer shouldn't be too bad on it. Get everything lined up. I want to make sure everything is as squared up as possible. My customer wanted it to be at about 4 inches down from the collar. So I'm going to make sure that is within the hoop limits right there. And then simple as that, throw the top hoop on, pull it out, we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thrown onto the machine, and then I will show you guys the process of how I get it all set up. Okay, so again, we have the tape mark within the limits, and I know it's going to be about this big, so I just have to line it up with the laser on the machine once I'm there. For the machine, we are going to be using the Melco EMT16X. This is only because I have the arms already separated at a wider position, so it accepts 13-inch wide hoop. The Bravo, right now I have it at the more narrow position, so this is perfect for me. Other than that, let me pull you guys off here. So for setting everything up, this is in the Melco OS software for the EMT16X. Because I've been doing a few, like I said, I have a bunch of them done. I already have this set up, but let me show you where you need to go if you are getting this set up for the first time. So say if you are adding a new hoop, first you want to go to Tools, then Hoop Setup, and it will give you this pop-up menu. Essentially, this drop-down menu here is going to be the same exact as the selection hoop that you have over on this side. So if you don't see your hoop in here, that's because you haven't added it, but don't worry, Melco has made that extremely easy for you. You simply click the Customize Hoop list, and it will have a ton of hoops that are already put in with all the parameters that you need, and it's pretty straightforward. You just go through and select the ones you need or the ones that you want to have available. For example, there is the one that we are working with, the 13 by 4.25. So hit OK, and it'll sometimes show you a preview if it has one available. So that's exactly the one we're working with. Hit apply and OK. Once you do that, again, mine's already in there, but then it should update and show that on that side. So once you have that ready, you can obviously put in your design. The machine automatically does tell you the working area. So these solid lines on the outer edge is going to be the hoop itself, and you have to stay within these dotted lines. Now, if you don't, let me show you what happens. It will let you put it on the outside, but if you see, it will not let me go. It will give me an error saying I am outside the bounds, or what's it say? Hoop limit detected. So because of that, you can go ahead and cancel this, hit cancel, and as always, if you hit the center button, it's going to let you know the machine's going to move, and it moved. And if I check the laser, it's going to be right about there. I know this design's about 1 inch, so if I bring it up and do a trace, that's pretty spot on to where the tape is, where we want it to be. So this is going to be good to go. I know that was a bit much, but I wanted to kind of go through the process of getting that set up, say if you do have a new hoop or something like that. So for me, I am ready. Everything's already dialed in, so I'm just going to hit go, and I'm going to let that run. But with all that, it's going to get loud, so I'll bring you guys back when it's done. And like so, we are done. That took about 15 minutes. Wasn't too bad at all. It's about 10,000 stitches, but it came out very clean. I went ahead and cleaned up the rest of these already. I just need to get this one cleaned up here in a second as well. So there we go. I just finished cleaning up the stabilizer on this last one, and this is ready to go. And I'm going to take a picture of this pile and just kind of give them an idea of what they look like. These were requested by my customer, who is Clever Fools in the Kansas City area, but they ship worldwide. Check them out, cleverfools.com. So I'm super excited to get this sample over to them for their next drop. But other than that, I don't really have a huge reason for shooting this video other than I was super excited to rediscover the 4 1/4 by 13-inch hoop, which is kind of just the half size of the, not half size, but the smaller version of the 11 by 13. So right now, this is my hoop wall, and it continues to grow as I do more projects. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really happy to get these done. What do you guys think? What is your favorite size hoop? If you do embroidery, what hoop do you go to? What is your go-to hoop? I know every hoop has a different application, so let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, maybe found it entertaining, maybe even learned something. But either way, I hope you guys had a great day. Take care.